when their guy plays some games. Alright, hi everybody, Weather Guy here, and we are back with some more great Ace Attorney Chronicles. We just finished up with all of the shenanigans at the pawnbrokers. Man, that was the hardest I think I've laughed. Oh man, I gotta do voices again. I forgot it's been about a week since I've recorded. Oh no. Oh no. Here we go. See, that's what I ate, grown-ups. All they do is feed you a pack of lies and take stuff away from you. Oh really, Miss Lestrade? That's not his voice, is it? I should know Sholmes' voice. Tell me, is that overcoat keeping you warm? What? Oh my, surely you were given that. Yeah, the D let me keep it after I looked daggers at him for long enough. He went through the pockets and then said, go on then, have it, before telling me to stop it. Always pays off giving people a look like you ate them. Can't help feeling that it's gonna get you into serious trouble one day. I'm really excited for Mr. McGilda to inevitably show up again. You know what I mean? What I really wanted was nice shiny disc mine. The music box disc. Mr. Windibank said it was practically worthless. I think I'm gonna go and have another bash. Give him a long, hard stare. I think not, Miss Lestrade. We shan't enter Windibanks again today. Why not? That's not fair. It can't be helped, I'm afraid. The police are investigating the scene now and taking a statement from Mr. Windibank. But that is mine! I had the ticket for this coat and it was in the coat's pocket. There should be something else and all. That's what that rotten cove said, ain't it? Ah, that's a good point. It seemed like there should have been something else inside of the coat pocket that was missing. So, that's another mystery of where that item is and what that item even is. And then another mystery is, what does this have to do with the Hounds of the Baskervilles? Or the Hound of the Baskervilles, rather. I don't know. Yes, he did mention something about another article, didn't he? Well then, that's mine too. Whatever it is. Now she's really pushing her luck. Miss Lestrade, I think it's time to admit defeat. You've had your haul for the day. Yeah, and it's all your fault, Sholmes. So what are your plans now? Will you dine with us this evening? Iris would be delighted to cook, I'm sure. And I might entertain you with a modest violin recital. Yeah, 'cause he's got his violin back. I'm sure that's what he's most excited about, is playing his violin again. Nota. What? Oh. Why would I come round your place, eh? Have you lost your head or something? She ran off? She ran off. That's good, I don't like doing her voice. Oh dear, she's gone. Having reviled on me quite unnecessarily, I might add. I can't help wondering if perhaps she might turn up anyway. Interesting. Once she's had a chance to calm down, I think there's a good chance she'll decide to come. Very well then. I'll inform Iris to set a place for our potential guests at the dinner table this evening. And one more thing. I should be glad of your company later, too. Sorry? I believe I will have a rather splendid surprise to show you. Oh, how exciting. What is it? It's a surprise. Dude, oh my god, I'm so sorry. That's one of my pet peeves so much. Oh, when you say you have a surprise for someone and then they're like, what's the surprise? It's like, surprise? What do you mean? I can't tell you. It's a surprise. What? Don't ruin the surprise. My wife does this a little bit, but more often it's my child. So it's pretty forgivable, you know what I mean? Because kids are excitable, and even if I don't tell her what it is, she'll be like, well, give me a clue, give me a hint, you know? It's great. We'll see what it is. So I'm assuming we have to go back to Sholmes' place. We're on Baker Street. We need to go to Sholmes' suite. Seems correct. 15th April, 3:46 p.m. Sholmes' suite. Ah, Susie and Runo, come in, come in. Good afternoon, Iris. I love that she calls him Runo. That's nice. Thank you so much for breakfast this morning. Oh, don't mention it. Goodness, look at the time already. Busy as always? I am. I'm preparing everything for dinner this evening. Already? You're obviously cooking something special, are you? Yeah, it's 3:46. That is kind of early to be cooking dinner, but there's definitely families that do that, especially around holidays. Oh, man. Thanksgiving, you're eating dinner at like 4 o'clock around here. It's crazy. Oh, yes, after all, we have a special guest joining us. Guess who it is? Go on. Hee hee, you'll never guess. It's definitely Gina, right? Those little eyes of hers shining. Oh dear, it is awkward when you already know the answer, isn't it? It's Ginny! Isn't that exciting? Oh, what a surprise! Yes, that's wonderful news! Wow, Iris seems overjoyed at the idea. I can't wait to learn some pickpocketing tips from a real professional. Oh, yes, that does sound like fun. Not sure that's entirely appropriate, are you, Mr. Ryu? By the way, Iris, what's Mr. Sholmes up to? This is some jovial music here, by the way. I kind of enjoy it. Hurley? Oh, he's been like that ever since he got back. Hello, Mr. Sholmes? I beg that you won't speak to me. Is he depressy again? Oh, no. Why is he always feeling bad? Sorry? I don't know who you are, but kindly take your leave. As you can see, I'm not here. He's being weird. I don't know how to respond to that. I do apologize. When he gets like this, he's completely oblivious to everything. Yes, I see. Really, he behaves just like a child sometimes, Hurley does. Mr. Sholmes and Iris have something of a parent and child relationship, don't they? Yes. Except that Iris is clearly the parent here. Come to think of it, I wonder where her real parents are. What's the matter, Runo? You have ever such a funny look on your face. Oh no, it's nothing. I know what it is. Why does this girl live here with Mr. Sholmes? Wondering. You're wondering, am I right? How did you... oh, Runo, I can read you like a book. Oh, this girl is dangerous. Dude, Susato can read you too, I think. I think the issue is that Ryu just has a really bad poker face. You know what I mean? He just cannot hide what he's thinking at all from anybody. Because he's such an honest guy. Don't worry, you can ask me anything. I won't mind. Alright, I guess we'll talk to her there about it. So, by Ginny, you mean Miss Lestrade, the young woman from the McGilda case 2 months ago, right? Yes, who also stole my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Although, after that trial, I invited her back here and we had dinner together. And now we're the best of friends! Oh boy. Oh brother. Oh hee hee, what a lovely tale. That's barely a tale. Sorry. I'm feeling a little bit belligerent today. I just had some pasta. I'm feeling good, you know? I've also lost 13 pounds since like halfway through the month. In the past 18 days, I lost 13 pounds. I'm feeling great. Just been watching calories mostly. Doing push-ups. Yes, now if I bump into her on the street, she runs away as fast as she can. Oh, that's weird. I chase after her down the back alleys. Are you sure you're best friends? Interesting idea of friendship. And then I let her have the latest color of smoke grenade I've developed. Oh. There are so many beautiful colors in the world, Ginny wants me to take a whole rainbow. Make a whole rainbow. I suppose this means you've let Miss Lestrade keep the smoke grenade launcher, have you? Yes, that's right. I got bored of it anyway. Hurley always reacts the same way when I shoot him with it now. Poor Hurley. Oh, I can't wait for Ginny to arrive. It's been too long since she last came over. I'm so excited. Just hope she does actually come. Alright, let's see what's next. I'm sure you've been wondering why it is that I live here with Hurley, haven't you? Well, it has crossed my mind. That and where are your real parents? My mummy and daddy aren't with me anymore. Uh-oh. Oh no, the music died. It's a sad part. Probably. Mummy passed away when I was born. And around the same time, my father... Well, he had to go to a faraway land because one of the cases he and Hurley were working on. Oh, interesting. Oh, that is very interesting. That her dad may still be alive just far away. And what if he is some character that we've already encountered and didn't realize it? That would be crazy, huh? Wait a minute. Did you say he and Hurley? Is she the daughter of Watson? Oh, that makes so much sense. Except, traditionally, usually Watson's wife doesn't die during childbirth, but still. That's interesting. She didn't mention that before. He wrote them all up in his diaries. That's what's in the metal chest over there. Really? He recorded them all? So you mean it's true? Mr. Sholmes really did have a partner with whom he tackled some of his most taxing cases? I wonder if we're just gonna read The Hound of the Baskervilles and we're like Blue's Clues Skidoo into it, you know? Oh yes, I mean it's always nice to have one, isn't it? So Mr. Sholmes' partner was your father? Exactly! Hurley told me I wasn't allowed to look in the chest. That only made me want to look even more. So I opened it up and found your father's memoirs. Yes, so I asked Hurley, who wrote these? He nearly fell off his chair. But then he told me. That's when I found out that the author of all those accounts was my father. So Iris's father was Mr. Sholmes' partner. Come on, just say the name. Say his name is Juan Johnson. Sorry. I really hope they go that way. I practically lived with Hurley all my life. I was tiny when he took me in. So it came as quite a shock when Hurley told me he wasn't really my daddy. I mean, must have done. I wonder why Mr. Sholmes chose to tell you, and at such a young age. Hurley says it's because he wouldn't have been able to hide it from me. Oh? Well, having lived with Hurley all these years, you might say that his ways have rubbed off on me. Yeah, she's good at deducing as well. There are some things I can just see. Especially lies. I almost know when people are lying before they open their mouths sometimes. Right. Anyway, I was so fascinated when I read Daddy's diaries. That's what inspired me to write The Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes, actually. I'd always assumed Mrs. Sholmes simply told you all those thrilling stories. Oh no, Hurley's hopeless like that. He forgets everything. As soon as he solved the case, it all but vanishes from his mind. Oh, I see. The other day, it was so embarrassing. As usual, he totally forgot about the case he just solved. So the very next day, he gathered together all the people involved and proceeded to solve the case again. That's pretty funny. It was quite a shock for everyone. Don't say that again. You share your father's surname, don't you, Iris? That's right, Wilson. Oh yeah, it's John Wilson instead of Watson. Okay, that's not as funny as Juan Johnson. I wish. Daddy is Dr. John H. Wilson. I learned from his diaries that he's a doctor of medicine, you see. That's what prompted me to study and study so that I could earn a doctorate as well. I was his father who went to some distant land and is a doctor by the name of John H. Wilson. Hang on a second. Was that the victim in the first case? The court will now hear the trial of Ryu. Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case. The victim's name was... Oh my god! What a twist! What a twist! I love it! What a good twist! I should have realized it forever ago! I'm so slow! Wow. That is great. I love that. Nice. Well, not nice that he's dead, but nice that that thread connected. That's right, visiting professor of medicine at Imperial Yume University. And the man who, in the most bizarre circumstances, lost his life just before we left Japan. So is this all going to connect back to that first case as well? So we might learn why he was murdered. Maybe that's what this case is about, actually. Miss Osato. Yes? Perhaps we shouldn't pursue this conversation any further at this time. I think that would be for the best. Oh, brother. Ah, my dear fellows, how good to see you. Hey, Mr. Sholmes. Why ever did you not make your presence known to me before? This guy's actually crazy. Huh. Well, no matter now. So, how the devil are you? We've been with you for most of the day. Goodness, really? Does he have like a split personality problem? Do tell me, Mr. Sholmes, is your violin unscathed? My violin? Whatever are you talking about, dear madam? Oh, never mind that now. I have something far more interesting to show you. Behold, my dear fellows. A disc. Oh, another music box disc. No, not another disc, Mr. Sato. This is the one Gregson demanded we hand over as evidence, Mr. McGilded's disc. Oh my. Then, what's it doing here? You know, at times, Mr. Ryu, I think that though I have an undeniable turn for detection, I may well be even more adept at larceny. Oh, that would be wonderfully exciting. I'd be your pickpocketing assistant. Oh boy. And Runa could be our go-to lawyer if we ever get caught. Right. Plus, Susie has such beautiful handwriting, she could write all our menacing crime notifications. Yeah, I'd be delighted. I'm just gonna pretend this conversation never happened, I think. Alright, let's talk to Sholmes. Let's see what's up. I don't understand. How did that disc come to be in your possession? I thought Inspector Gregson took it back to Scotland Yard. Quite correct. And that sort of uncompromising attitude is precisely why I always carry some of this. That's a bar of caramel, Mr. Sholmes. And one and only friend in times of loneliness, if I'm not mistaken. If you will humor me, my dear fellows, cast your minds back to when the good detective confiscated the disc. I'll be taking that whatever it is in McGill down to the yard, thank you very much. So hand it over. Oh yes, of course. If the police demand something as evidence, we have no choice but to... Yeah. For the briefest of moments, I had the disc in my hand, did I not? Yes, you did, but I still don't understand. It was at precisely that moment that I summoned my one and only friend into action. I pressed the disc into a pair of bars, like this. That's amazing! The disc and all the minuscule protrusions have made an image in the caramel. No way that would actually work. It would melt and ruin it. Like, you have to be very precise with those sorts of things, you know? Indeed, this caramel is quite exceptional. I developed it myself, you know. Suitably soft for making impressions, but resistant to melting. Oh god, he thought of everything! Man, I thought I found a plot hole. But no. Sholmes is one step ahead like always. Damn. How extraordinary! Carrying a pair of these on one's person frequently proves very useful indeed. Take a house key, for example. A simple press and its unique form is duplicated. I can enter anyone's property at will, and never without high sucrose nourishment. Yes, it sounds illegal. From the image, I was able to create this. I confess I was most curious to know what manner of music would issue from the disc when played. Let's try it out. Let's listen to it. I bet that it's not music. I bet that it's a message. But I don't think that would actually work. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's actually more like a code of some kind. I don't think it'll be an actual song, but we'll see. Do tell us then, Mr. Sholmes, what music does the disc play? Well, unfortunately, I have no idea. No idea? None whatsoever. Are you familiar with the workings of a music box, my dear fellows? No, I'm afraid not. Goodness, you don't know, Runo? Oh, boy. Inside a music box is a special metal piece called a comb. That's what produces the sound. Small protuberances pluck the different teeth of the comb as they rotate past it, making the different notes. The first music boxes to be invented used a rotating cylinder with protuberances on it. But over time, a new type of player was produced, which used discs such as these. With that development, the popularity of music boxes spread far and wide all around the globe. Why exactly? Because the discs are easy to produce and can be interchanged to facilitate the playing of different tunes. There are a great many firms in Europe now manufacturing music boxes as a result. It is wonderful to be able to enjoy music even when no performer is present. But it is the very success of the invention that means we are now presented with an insurmountable problem. What do you mean? As you may imagine, the construction of one's firm's music box does not match that of another. We have no way of knowing in which music box this particular disc was designed to be played. There is no resolution to this problem, I'm afraid. It's quite intractable. Ah, I see. So that's why we don't have the right music box. Naturally, I tested the disc in those few music boxes I have at my disposal. But as you can hear, to no avail. The results were equally unsatisfactory in this one. So, I am presently engaged in acquiring an example of all the music boxes ever made in Europe. Every single one? That's Hurley for you, always taking things too far. But my dear girl, an unsolved riddle is quite repugnant to my constitution. Surely all the different types in Europe will amount to a huge volume of music boxes, won't it? Yes, that is certainly true. In the worst case, I shall just have to ask you to vacate the attic room. What? No, not kick us out of our home. Magnus McGilded, not a name I expected to hear again so soon. Yes, it's only been 2 months since that grisly case. Flashback time. Yeah. Mr. McGill had perished within hours of the trial's conclusion. This was definitely a trick of some kind. Was it the curse of the Reaper? No one knows, still now. The omnibus was reduced to a pile of ash, not a shred of evidence remained. And with the man's death, the truth about the murder in which he was so intimately involved was buried. We also, for the record, on that case of on the third case of the omnibus, we never found out why, even, that the guy was murdered. You know, we didn't learn a whole lot about the victim, so that might be relevant at some point still. We'll see. Even though we successfully established Mr. McGillicud's innocence in the trial, the newspapers are still claiming that it remains an unsolved case. Yeah, because it was tampered with after the smoke grenade went off. The murder of the brickmaker, Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason. In the end, the truth of the matter remains a mystery. We still have no idea what really happened that night. He was definitely behind it. And although Mr. McGilda was found not guilty through my defense, I still don't know if that was the right judgment or not. This game is actually really starting to enrapture me in it. And what's crazy is that there's essentially a part 2 that we still have to get through after this case is over. There's a whole nother probably like 5 cases or something, which is nuts, you know? And I'm curious if it is a continuation of this story or if it's another story that still involves Ryu. We'll see. It would appear the case is not yet closed. Well, it's time I started getting things ready for dinner, I think. Ginny will be here before long. Thank you, Iris. Oh, well, you must let me help you then. Of course, Susie. There's plenty to do. I think I shall investigate the condition of my faithful performing partner. Now then, where did I leave it? Let this be a lesson to you, Mr. Sholmes. Never leave anything too precious with the pawnbroker. Yes. You may be right. Oh, that reminds me of something Mr. Windenbank said before. He said that he had a manuscript of Iris's in pawn, didn't he? Did he? Yes, he definitely mentioned it. Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom, were his words, I believe. So you heard about that, did you? I expect you were as incensed as I was. Oh yes, the idea of such a wonderful story languishing in Mr. Windenbank's storeroom, gathering dust. My dear madam, I'm quite sure I told you already. The pawnbroker's storeroom is the safest place for it, more secure than a bank's vault. After he lost his violin for a moment. And what about your Stradivarius, Hurley? Was that safe and secure? Well, there may be the occasional mix-up, caused by a certain impetuous someone not too far from me now. You have any idea how long it took me to write that Baker's Baskerville story, Hurley? Aha, there it is. The manuscript is for the Hound of the Baskervilles. Great. Oh, it sounds so exciting. The Hound of the Baskervilles. I should love to read about it. Read it, rather. Uh-oh, what's this about? Everybody's being weird. Ah! What's going on? Yeah, what's going on here? Why does it feel like an icy chill just swept through the room? Susie, what did you just say? You said the Hound of the Baskervilles. Yeah, that's right, because we didn't know it was the Hound yet at this point. But how could you know the full title? Well, that's because Mr. Sato is such a great fan of all the stories about Mr. Sholmes, of course. But Runo, the Hound of the Baskervilles has never been published. What? When I showed Hurley the manuscript, he told me that I wasn't allowed to publish it yet. I don't understand. That's why he said that he'd keep it safe, till it was the right time for the story to be made public, you see. So that's why the manuscript is at Windenbank's. Yet how could Susie here know its title? Well, Hurley, what's going on? Yeah, I'm really curious about this. Ah. What is it, Mr. Sholmes? It would appear our guest has arrived. Oh, this is such bad timing. Miss Lestrade. This was a bad idea. I knew I weren't welcome. I'm going. Wow, she didn't take long. No, wait, Miss Lestrade. Dude, what if she was just gone already again? We've all been eagerly awaiting your arrival. Haven't we, Iris? What is going on? Oh, yes, just wait there, Ginny. We'll have everything ready in a jiffy. Come along, Susie. Right, of course. It's a pleasure to see you here, Miss Lestrade. Please make yourself at home. Don't stand in the doorway, my dear girl. Come along in. What say you to some Mendelssohn? I won't take no for an answer. Mendelssohn it is then. There's a cat. Come through the cat door. That evening, Iris prepared a solid meal that was even more delicious than usual. Mr. Sholm's violin performance was in no way meddlesome. And Gina, as we came to call her, taught us all how to steal things from one another without being noticed. Everyone thoroughly enjoyed themselves well into the night. "15th April, 9:34 p.m. Alright. That was a very enjoyable evening, wasn't it? Oh yes, Iris's cooking was truly divine. I feel as though I can still hear the enchanting strains of Mr. Sholm's violin even now. Best of all, I bet I could steal the glasses from his lordship's face next time we're in court. Oh, brother. Ryu, could I consult with you about something? I wonder? Is this going to be about the hound thing? What's the matter, Sasato? It's about the telegram I received. Oh, that's right, she did receive a telegram. I wonder what that telegram was about. Ah, the one that arrived first thing this morning, I suppose. I've been summoned. What? Summoned? What do you mean? Is she gonna be a juror? This telegram was from the Lord Chief Justice's office. Lord Strongheart has asked to see me. Lord Chief Justice? When? Tomorrow morning. What? Then we have to start preparing at once. Oh, no, that won't be necessary, Ryu. I've been summoned alone. Alone? What on earth for? I have no idea. I suppose I shall find out tomorrow. Dude, she has secrets now. I don't know why. What's about? Whatever it is, it's making me feel very uneasy. Oh, who could that be, I wonder? Good evening, friends! Ah, Iris. Hello again. Oh, everybody's in here. Oh, brother. And Gina, too. Yes, Jeannie's gonna stay with us tonight. She's gonna sleep in with me. Isn't that right, Jeannie? Well, yeah. How lovely. Let me make a pot of tea. Alright. You know, I've learned so much today. Oh, what? In particular? All those things Ginny showed us. Wasn't it wonderful? Oh, you mean all those pickpocketing things. There's still... We had fun trying them out on each other, didn't we? There's still definitely some tension here. With Sasato knowing the title of the manuscript. I think I've awakened a natural talent. I could earn a living from it. You might be getting ahead of yourself a little there. So, what brings you up to our humble quarters at this late hour? Well, you see, I came to return this. Wait, what? That's mine. Oh my, however did you... I told you, didn't I? I have a natural talent for it. Oh yes, I've forgotten. Ours literally is a child genius. So anyway, here, you can have it back. Not that I really understand why you wear it, though. Ah, thank you. Alright then, good night. Yes, good night. What? So this is your office, is it? What do you think, Ginny? I think I wouldn't fancy me chances with a lawyer living in a place like this. Yes, me too. Ha 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 la la la. Seems as though Iris here still has something she'd like to talk about. I suppose she probably wants to talk about the manuscript. There we go. Let's hear it. Yes, I suppose she probably does. Iris, I suppose you're hoping to talk about the manuscript, aren't you? Aren't you gonna tell me? I'm so sorry. I need a little more time, please. Alright, I understand. I hope I haven't made you feel awkward. Dude, Iris, this isn't your fault. This is totally something Sasato did. You're fine. Oh no, not at all, Iris, not at all. I don't know what all this is about really, but It's a story you made up, is it, Iris? This mantle script or whatever you call it. It's not exactly a story that I made up. Something I read in Deity's diaries. I wonder if this is... I don't know. Daddy's? That's right. I don't suppose I mentioned it to you before, Ginny, but my daddy was Hurley's assistant once, his partner. Eh? They solved all sorts of strange and mysterious cases together. Is that right, mister? Apparently so. I was as surprised as you are, though. Daddy wrote all the details of every single case down, you see, in his diaries. So I study them and write my stories based on what actually happened. So where's your old man now, then? He had to go away on urgent business to a faraway land. He'll be gone a very long time. So I've never really met him. Urgent business, that's interesting. Oh, right. Come to think of it, I don't know anything about Gina's parents either. Perhaps we should ask her. Okay. Iris, this Hound of the Baskerville story. Take it that it's another tale inspired by your father's accounts? That's right. I thought it was fascinating. But it's different somehow. From the other cases, I mean. Oh, how? Supernatural. I don't really know. But it must be special in some way, because after I'd written it, and I showed the manuscript to Hurley, he turned as white as a sheet. It was the first time I've ever seen him like that. Pains me to have to say this after you've toiled over it for so long, Iris. This story must not be published at this time, under any circumstances. Why not? It's one of my best works. I'm not at liberty to say. Not now, so please do not ask me. Interesting. Alright then, I won't. But I do solemnly swear that I will explain everything one day, Iris, when the time is right. I can't wait to hear what this is all about. It's really intriguing. That's how the manuscript came to be Mr. Windibank, isn't it? Yes. Hurley said it had to be somewhere very safe. That really gets my goat, that does. He's treating you like a child. It's mean, that what it is, keeping secrets like that. I'm sure Mr. Sholmes isn't trying to be mean. Eh? He said he wasn't at liberty to talk about it. I'm sure there must have been a very good reason. I think so too. You lot are too trusting for your own good. Now you can't pull the wool over my eyes. Sholmes is lying to Iris. I bet my life on it. What? Really is lying to me? No, no way. So let's try talking to Iris then, I suppose. There we go. Alright, let's talk to Gina. I realize I don't know anything about your parents, Gina. I ain't got any, have I? Never did have. Oh! Look, the East End's full of orphans like me. No one wants nothing to do with us from the minute we're born, not even our mums. But we all stick together. The older ones look after the little ones and make sure they get by. So that's why you're a pickpocket. Aww. Nah, diving's my life. I love it. I get a kick out of it every time I lift some pompous idiot's purse. And that's how we all afford to eat. I'm like Robin Hood, ain't I? That's how I see it. Oh, Gina. I do think about it sometimes. What it'd be like to have parents, I mean. I always thought it'd make everything right. But I haven't listened to what Iris just said. Sounds like having parents ain't really easy either. Oh. I mean, if you know you never had them, you don't feel like you always wanting to meet them. It's true. I do want to see Daddy so much. Iris. This is all sad and depressing, isn't it? All these people without parents. Gina, what do you mean when you said that you know Mr. Sholmes is lying to Iris? Well, he reckons you popped that manuscript or whatever, right? Well, come on, that's obviously a load of rubbish. Oh my, why would you think that, Gina? It's simple, if that story was really an old Windenbank storeroom, there's no way someone from halfway around the world, in other words, you, can know about it. Ah. Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it. Without telling you. But Hurley would never do something like that. I'm sure of it. Ha! Grown-ups do a lot worse than that. Believe me, barefaced liars, a lot of them. I wonder if he didn't sell it, but it was instead stolen and then sold by someone else. You just ain't realized it yet. But then they would have known that the story was published, right? Like they would have heard about the story. I don't know. I'm telling you, that manuscript ain't at Windenbank's. You'd soon seen if you had a look. Even if you think you can trust him, I don't. That Sholmes is a liar like the rest of them. I'm honest. I have wondered if Hurley's telling me the truth sometimes. See... Oh, but I don't mean that I think he sold it. I mean that I sometimes wonder if he might have hidden my manuscript somewhere. Somewhere I don't know. Even though it's wrong of me to doubt him. Don't be too hard on yourself, Iris. Man. Oh my goodness, look at the time. Come along, Ginny, we should go back downstairs. Yeah, alright. And please don't mention any of this to Hurley, will ya? No, of course not. Good night then, Iris. Good night, Gina. You must let me make breakfast for you tomorrow morning. I insist. What is this all about? Oh, she's still talking to them. Okay. Oh, yes, please. I can't wait, Susie. Good night, then. Alright, we did it. Iris, it sure is easy to forget, isn't it? Sometimes she speaks just like an adult, but deep down, she's still just a child. Well, I think it's time that I turned in for the night too, Ryu. Alright. Dr. John H. Wilson, Iris' father, but also the name of the murdered visiting professor at Yume University. Can't be a mere coincidence. There's something deeper going on. I totally believe that something weird's happening. Mr. Ryu. Mr. Ryu. That voice. That's Mr. Sholmes. What's going on? It's the middle of the night. It's Miss Lestrade. She's gone. Gina? She was supposed to be sleeping in Iris' room, but her bed is empty. Well, she's an independent young woman. She probably decided to go home, no? Oh, was she stolen? I think not. From speaking to her before she retired, I received the distinct impression that she was looking forward to breakfasting with Mr. Sato. No, I don't believe the girl has gone home, but I've been waiting for over an hour now. Over an hour? Oh. If you'll indulge me, look out of the window, my dear fellow. What's this about? Wait a minute. Why is there a light on at this time of night? That's Mr. Windenbank's pawnbrokery. Mr. Windenbank's... Oh no! Yeah. Yeah, maybe she's stealing the manuscript. Could Gina have gone? Seems you have some knowledge of the situation, Mr. Ryu. Sorry? Oh, no, not really. Well, anyway, we must investigate. At once. Mr. Sato! Oh boy. Oh man. You know what's funny? I'll tell you in a minute. The door to Windibanks, it's open. And the lamp is burning. It must be Gina, mustn't it? Let us hope it's nothing more sinister. What? Come, there's not a moment to lose. Clearly something is afoot inside. There's no one here. We're pausing it right here. We're gonna figure this out next time. I know it's a little early, but I like having this cliffhanger. I like not knowing who's gonna be inside. I like thinking about it, because it very well might be Gina, but it could be other people too, you know? It could be McGilded himself, maybe, although he is very recognizable. Could be that guy who gave us a fake name at the pawnbroker yesterday. Could be the Shakespeare guy. That's about it. That's about all my guesses. But it's very odd, isn't it? So next time we're going to see who's inside. We're going to confront them. If there's anybody inside, it seems like there might not be. And then who knows what's after that. But at least we got the Hound of the Baskervilles name drop. We found out the connection between our first case and this case, and who Wilson was and Iris's father. That's all very great. And yeah, everything's coming together. It's very exciting. That's all I got. Thank you so much for hanging out. Make sure you take care of yourself. Make sure you take care of others. I'll see you next time. Peace out.